Hello everybody and welcome back to RogueTech, where we've got a few repairs to do here, and it's going to take at least a little while. The longbow will not be done before the financial report, and actually kind of neither will several of these others. Now we've got some very long-term repairs underway as well. Those will not be done before the financial report either. So we're obviously going to take the financial report here. We'll feed the spy false information. What could go wrong there? Oh hey, we got 60,000 C-pills. I had no idea. Sure. I guess that's what we're going to get. So of course we're going to pay a decent chunk for our financial report. We're going to look to be deploying very, very quickly this month, if at all possible. The longbow's got 5 more days, so we're going to wait for that. But now we're going to go ahead and deploy. But before we do that, we need to check in on our barracks. Kodiak definitely needs a point of piloting. Perfect.
Commander?
And Poet's not ready yet. Okay, so let's then hop into the mech bay and make sure everything else is good to go. Actually, the longbow needs some internal work. Okay. Good thing we checked. So what do we got going on here, longbow? What do you need? Yeah, there was a crit on that enhanced LRM-15. That's right. It wasn't destroyed. We're just going to repair it. That will take 2 days, which is slightly unfortunate, but we'll just go ahead and do that. Any moment now, Yang. There you go, buddy. So we're obviously going to prioritize the longbow here, and we'll tick forward just 2 days. There we go. Now, technically, the Madcap Mark II at this rate is going to be done before the financial report. Since we're going to deploy, that's probably not going to actually be the case, unless we prioritize these. Which we might. I don't know. We'll think about it. For now, we need to decide where we're going to deploy to. We need to make money. There's no doubt about it. So to that end, this is a capture base here. Okay, a capture base may not be the worst. It is 8 skull, and hopefully we'd run into a railgun turret. There's no free priority salvage, so we'd run it straight down the middle. It's not ideal under any circumstances in terms of payment, but we'll just deploy this as is, and we're going to need to bring the Corsair, of course. Do we have a pilot that specializes in the Corsair? Maybe. Well, Kodiak obviously wouldn't. There's no way that he would. I believe Panzer specializes in the Corsair. So we'll pull Panzer out of the Fafnir. Yeah. We'll pull Panzer out of the Fafnir, put her in the Corsair, and then any one of these can go in the Fafnir. We don't have anybody with specific Fafnir affinities, so this will be just fine. We'll go ahead and deploy that. Yeah, we know we have some unused tonnage. And they think that it will require more firepower than this. Of course, Darius thinks that. Darius thinks that every mission, and he's usually wrong. He is usually wrong. So we're going to deploy here. This is, of course, a capture base 8 skull difficulty. Are we expecting to run into any airstrikes at 8 difficulty? I'm going to keep an eye out for that. We've not run into any at 7.5. I know we have at 8.5. We'll see if we run into one at 8. Hopefully we don't, because those airstrikes do a lot of damage. There's no doubt about it. They're difficult to counter as well. I still believe that having some sort of an air overwatch skill to be able to shoot back at those and potentially shoot them down would be the way to go for the RogueTech devs, but whatever. For now, this is fine. We'll just have to eat the damage. And that's why we put the laser AMSs on our 2 newly refitted mechs. They're of course not with us. They're still being refitted. For now, though, we need to capture the Lyran Research Station. We've long suspected that there's a Lyran Research Station hidden in the Alula Australis system, and we've finally gotten wind of its possible location. We need a few brave and plausibly deniable mercenaries to secure the location for a dropship extraction of any valuable scientific personnel. Commander, plausible deniability is our specialty. Indeed it is.
Reactor online. Sensors
So we're
online.
hoping that they have railgun turrets.
Online. All systems nominal.
We'll see if they do. Because we would love to get our hands on some railgun ammo. This is an awkward place to drop, I can already tell that. Indeed.
Time to earn our pay.
We know there's a Lyran support lance, so there's probably a garrison lance as well. Dropping up here seems a little bit better to me. We'll have full LOS on all of their turrets. And we can always dip back over this way if we need, not really cover, but if we need to drop LOS for whatever reason. So we'll drop over here instead of over here. And let's see what we've got. We're immediately basically all facing exactly the wrong direction. Perfect. Okay, we see a long tom turret, a sniper artillery emplacement, an arrow 4 turret, and a long tom turret. Those have to die, and they have to die now. All 4 of those turrets, we want them gone. We're going to move up with our longbow. We do immediately see a Sunder over here. We also see an Atlas, an Orion, and that's it. We only see 3. Oh, that's a small military building? What? That doesn't look like a military building to me. That looks distinctly like a long tom emplacement. Or not emplacement, but a long tom, Congo line? What word am I going for here? I have no idea. I don't even know what I'm talking about. It's a convoy sort of thing. Like, they're all linked together. I don't know. But it's apparently a small military building, so okay. Maybe it won't shoot its long tom. We're going to fire at this long tom turret out over here. And we're going to Warlord. We want to boost those hit odds as much as possible. We may or may not actually break through the armor here. I think it's unlikely.
Here we go.
We're going to do a lot of armor damage. We actually did structure expose it, and we got 2 engine crits. Nice. Not bad at all. Next up is our Salamander. The Salamander is going to sprint up over here. It is not going to go for this same long tom turret because that's overkill. We're instead going to Warlord, and we're going to go for this long tom turret, and we're going to use AX rounds.
Knocking on time.
And that was a straight up one shot on that long tom turret.
Nice turret.
Beautiful. So there's still several to go here.
Commander.
Our Awesome is going to move around up over here.
On my way.
And the question is, do we use the Awesome to go for this Arrow 4 turret and chunk down its armor? Or do we use it to finish this long tom turret? And I think we're going to finish the long tom turret. I want to make sure that this thing's dead.
Confirmed.
There we go. So now, turret-wise, all they have is a
Commander.
sniper artillery turret and an Arrow 4 turret. Now, we do see that they have a mover here. This is a Sunder. He fires on the Mauler, but misses most of it. Cool. That Sunder is a less high priority than eliminating their turrets. The Corsair is going to move up over here.
Roger.
And it is going to start working on the sniper artillery emplacement. That is job 1 right now. 2 reasonable hits chunking down that armor. I like it.
Waiting on you, Commander.
The Mauler is going to move up over here.
Coordinates received.
And its mission is actually to finish off that sniper artillery emplacement. We're even going to fire the light AA missile rack, and I'm going to Warlord to boost our odds even further. I want that sniper artillery emplacement gone. Oof. It's very close to gone, but it's not quite gone. The Battlemaster is going to move up over here. It's going to finish off the sniper artillery emplacement. If they get one shot of the Arrow 4 off, that's not the end of the world.
Turret destroyed.
I'm losing armor left and right.
Oh, we stray shot? Okay. Yeah, we did get one stray shot on the longbow. That's fine. So the Arrow 4 is definitely going to do some damage. I mean, we haven't moved the Fafnir yet. The Fafnir can move up over here. We also haven't moved the Bull Shark. There's a possibility that we can eliminate this turret still. It kind of depends on how we roll with the Fafnir here. Hit odds are okay.
Giving them everything I've got.
That was mediocre at best. We had like 70% hit odds, and we hit 1 of 4. Yikes. That did not go very well at all. The Bull Shark is going to move up over here. And it is going to fire on the Arrow 4 turret as well. Sadly, it's out of range of its AP Gauss rifles. But let's see what we can get. I'm going to fire this direct.
Roger that.
We didn't break through the armor. Okay. So the Arrow 4 turret is going to fire. It is unfortunate that our Fafnir rolled the way it did, but it's somewhat to be expected. The Orion moves up. There's that Arrow 4, hitting the Salamander very hard.
Now that was a heavy hit.
One more hit will knock down the Salamander. Now that Atlas is going to fire, and this will be a knockdown on the Salamander if it hits a single missile. But it didn't. It didn't hit a single missile there. Incredible. So they have a unit that we don't see. We already knew that. We're going to take the Salamander off over this direction. I am going to need to vigilance it, because I want to sprint it. I want to find a location where we can hit this Sunder. Apparently there is no such location. Well, we're going to take it off over this way, I guess. And it will move up to engage these two later. We'll eliminate the Arrow 4 for now. And we're not going to fire the 2 medium lasers or the SRM-6 Streak here. Just the single MRM, maybe. Yeah, I think just the single MRM. It's a little risky, but I want to sink the heat here.
Here we go.
We'll need crits to kill. And we did get the crits. Okay, there we go.
That turret is gone.
Fantastic. So no more turrets shooting at us.
Confirmed.
The longbow is going to position out over here,
You got it.
and it's going to fire on this Sunder. Now, our hit odds are not the best here. Heat-wise, we're not going to fire the enhanced LRM-15s due to hit odds, but we are going to shoot at this Sunder with our ELRMs. They do okay.
Yes, Commander.
Next up, our Awesome is going to position out over here. No, not here. Here. There we go.
On the move.
And we're going to fire on the Sunder as well. Again, the hit odds are not ideal. We'll Warlord to boost them a little bit.
Taking the shot.
Both PPCs missing is sad.
Standing by.
The Corsair is going to move up over here, and the question is, who are we going to fire on? Well, we do see that there is a Warhammer 2C up here now. They're very spread out at this moment. I think we're going to work on armor stripping this Sunder.
Firing.
One Thumper completely missing, the other one hitting and doing some decent damage. The Battlemaster is going to move up over here.
Affirmative.
We're going to continue firing on that Sunder. I want to see its evasive gone. That will help us. That said, it will move next round, so it won't help us that much. But we mostly missed. Okay, so the Sunder backs off. That's fine.
What can I do for you?
The Mauler is going to begin advancing down this hill. It doesn't have a target anymore.
Yes, Commander.
The Fafnir is also going to advance down the hill
Affirmative.
and lose all of its instability from the Arrow 4 turret. The Bull Shark is going to position up over
Got
here.
it, Commander.
I still think that this Sunder is the highest priority target because it's in a good flanking position. So we're going to work on the Sunder. It's a lot of armor taken off of it. And let's see what the other 3 mechs over here do. The Orion moves up, shoots at the Salamander. Okay, So now the salamander has a target.
Reporting minimal
That's good.
damage.
It is in cover, but that's fine. We don't mind that too much. Warhammer 2C still running around over here, and the Atlas is going to come over this way. We'll see if it gets an LOS. It's firing indirect at the salamander. For now, that's okay. No big deal there.
Commander.
Okay, so the salamander is going to advance over here.
On my
We're going to
way.
fire on the Orion. We're going to use AX rounds here. Yeah, we're down to only 50% hit odds, but even so. Okay, so that's a structure, exposure, and a gyro
Reporting
crit.
Critical hit.
Did we expose the structure in the CT? No, so he must have a gyro XL or something?
Yep.
Interesting. The longbow can move up over here. It could fire on the Sunder, or it could fire on the Orion, and hit odds are good on the Orion. So we'll actually take that. I would like to fire the enhanced LRM-15s. This is a big overheat. We're probably only going to take a single LRM-15 shot here. Yeah, this'll do. A heatsink crit, a gyro destruction, an engine crit, and a knockdown. That Orion has seen better days. There's no doubt about that. The Battlemaster is going to move up over here, and is going to look to finish off the Orion. Torso destruction, meaning engine destruction. I like it. Okay, next up,
Standing
the
by.
Awesome is going to move up over here. Now, it's got its LRMs, and it's going to continue hitting the Sunder, I think.
Roger
Hit odds
that.
are low, so it's not going to do much. That's fine.
I'm here.
The Corsair is going to continue to drop thumpers on that Sunder.
Okay, I'm on it.
Reasonable damage there. And let's see what they do. The Sunder continues to back off behind the LOS.
Sensor locks.
Sensor locks our Salamander. The Salamander is potentially a little bit exposed right now. We're going to move the Bull Shark. That's going to step forward.
Roger
And it's going to drop its Long Tom on the Sunder.
that. Roger that.
Excellent.
What can I do for you?
The Mauler we're going to reserve. I want to see what this Atlas does before we move anything else. Now, the Warhammer's probably coming this way,
Holding for tactical advantage.
but what is that Atlas up to? It backs off. Firing indirect on the Salamander. Okay, that's completely fine. No problems there.
Waiting on you, Commander.
So with that being the case, we're going to move the Mauler up over here and just brace it.
Receiving you.
The Fafnir, that is going to sprint over to this cover,
I copy.
and there we go.
Hell yeah. It's on now.
So the Salamander is actually going to be reserved here.
Orders.
The longbow could continue to hit the Sunder, and that's exactly what we're going to do. We're only going to fire a single LRM-20 to sink heat,
Here we go.
but we got some decent damage into the Sunder.
Yes, Commander.
The Battlemaster is going to be reserved. The Corsair
Aye,
is
aye.
not. We're going to continue to hit that Sunder.
Attacking from position.
Decent armor hits there. Okay,
Aye, aye.
and then our awesome, which we are going to reserve.
Waiting for my opening.
So this will be the Warhammer moving. And there it is. These two are now stacked together. Well, you know what that means.
Receiving you.
It's time for the artillery to be over here. Slight overheat here. That's okay for now. Okay,
Heat's frying my
so the
internals.
Fafnir is going to continue to advance down over this way. I do want to know where that Atlas is going to move, so let's go ahead and reserve until the Atlas moves, which will be right now. No, this is a Sunder. He positioned there. We might be able to squeak an LOS out over here.
Awaiting orders.
No? Okay. Just checking. We're going to reserve until the Atlas moves. That's what I wanted to see. Okay. So, he moves in, and we might be able to get a direct fire up with the Salamander there.
Aye, aye.
The Battlemaster is obviously not going to get one. For the time being, I'm just going to brace it.
Venting heat and
The
stabilize.
Salamander, on the other hand,
Yes, Commander.
yes, it moves out up over here. Now,
On the move.
we're a little exposed here. Both of these mechs could attack the Salamander, and its armor's already a little low, so we're going to Vigilance it. We're also going to hit this Atlas as hard as we can. We're going to Warlord and fire AX rounds.
On it.
Nice.
I am out of short-range missiles.
So that was a lot of
hear ya.
damage there. The Mauler is mostly going to just position in this cover here and call that good for now.
Standing by.
The Awesome is going to position out over
Move
here.
order confirmed.
We're going to toss a few more LRMs at this Sunder.
Target confirmed.
That Sunder's armor is very weak.
Warriors, show 'em what you got.
Okay, what's next?
Let's
The
do
Salamander. The Salamander is actually going to step forward again here. And we're going to Vigilance again. And we're going to fire on this Atlas with improved MRMs this time. Or are we going to fire Tandem? Let's fire Tandem here. We'll do some internal damage. Maybe we get lucky with our crits.
it. Engaging target.
Well, we got a knockdown anyway. No crits whatsoever with those tandems, which makes me sad. But the Atlas took a lot of damage. There's no doubt about it.
Commander.
The Awesome is going to be reserved until after the Sunder moves. I can tell you that right now. Next up is our Longbow, which could fire at either of these. I still think the Sunder's flanking position makes it fairly dangerous, but the hit odds are so much better on this Atlas that we're going to take this. Torso destruction, ammo explosion.
Critical hit.
Nice.
My heat gauge is getting pretty high.
Yes, it
I'm
is.
here.
There's no doubt about that. The Corsair is still going to hit the Sunder.
Roger.
Nice. Structure exposure there. Is this an airstrike? This is an airstrike. Okay, so this circle is the airstrike. We need to focus on getting out of this circle.
Waiting on you, Commander.
So the Mauler is going to sprint up over this way
Got it.
and get as
Back
close to
team,
out of this
no
as
shooting.
possible. Every single one of our mechs are currently in this.
Standing by.
The Battlemaster is going to move out over this way.
Roger that.
And now we know that airstrikes do come in at 8. So that's good to know.
Orders.
The Fafnir is going to move out of the airstrike circle. And additional forces are dropping in. Okay. Yeah, we know about turrets. Actually, additional forces may not be dropping in just yet. Okay. So the Fafnir is safe out of the circle. The Bullshark is not going to get out of the circle anytime soon. Wait. Okay. I'm just checking where the actual smoke puffs are. We're going to move back over this direction. Unfortunately, our heat means we don't move very quickly.
Double time. Let's
So
go.
the Bullshark is definitely going to take some fire from the airstrike here. There's no way around it. In fact, we need to not fire the Long Tom to drop heat here. A little bit of damage on that Atlas,
Inflicted.
and he actually ejects. Cool.
Awaiting orders.
So next up is our Awesome. The Awesome's going to back off
Roger
over
that.
here. We know that it's the Sunder calling in the airstrike. So we are obviously going to focus the Sunder down as much as possible from here. If we get lucky here, we could see a kill, but we did not. Okay, here we go. The Warhammer moves up and doesn't fire. The airstrike hasn't happened just yet.
Waiting for orders.
So the Salamander does not have hit odds on the Warhammer 2C. So instead, we're going to look to get out of the airstrike area, but we can't exactly do it. We're going to move up over here. We don't know what direction they're going to be coming from yet. So we're going to position over here, and we're going to Vigilance. And call that good. Sink that heat. Okay, the Warhammer moves, or maybe the Sunder moves. It's the Warhammer. He moves up. Fires at the Fafnir. Doesn't get a lot done.
I'm
Cool.
under heavy fire.
No airstrike just yet. It looks like it... No, that's going to be the Sunder. We don't know when the airstrike is going to come in. And in fact, the smoke has cleared. Well, the awesome for right now is going to shoot at actually the Sunder. I still want to hit the Sunder here.
Copy that.
The Sunder's dead. Streak SRM ammo explosion.
Hostile eliminated.
So we'll see if the airstrike actually comes in at this point.
Aye, aye.
The Corsair is going to move up over this way.
Acknowledge.
It's still going to be within the airstrike area if the airstrike happens. We'll see if it does or not. We're going to fire these direct fire. Nice hits on the Warhammer there. I like it.
Orders?
Next up is the longbow, which is running pretty hot, and that's going to fire on the Warhammer as well. We're not going to fire the enhanced LRM-15s, but this should result in a knockdown here. Structure exposure,
Critical.
and a head hit. Cool.
Keep an eye on my heat, Commander.
The Fafnir is going to close in over here, and the Fafnir should have pretty easy hit odds. Yeah, so we could very easily see this Warhammer dying here.
Targeting Alpha Strike.
We were pretty unfortunate with those rolls, but it's okay.
Critical hit.
It's not like we can't back that up. So the Mauler is going to position off over this way so that we hopefully don't stray shot. And we're going to finish off this Warhammer 2C. There's no way it survives. Okay.
Did you see that? Did you see it?
I did. I did see that. So that's all of the supporting mechs gone. I'm at this point not expecting the airstrike to actually come in because we destroyed the calling in mech. So for now, we're just going to brace some of these mechs. Yeah, we've exited combat.
Standing
Cool.
by.
So the Fafnir is going to advance here. The longbow will move up and sink its heat. The Mauler will as well.
Position confirmed.
Okay. I'm very glad that we did not take the actual damage from the airstrikes.
I've got eyes on
Of course we
hostile
do.
reinforcements. They're heading
Okay.
your way.
So there are hostile reinforcements. I figured there probably were. We don't know where they are exactly. And we should probably figure that out.
Standing
So
by.
I'm going to move the Salamander over here. Aha. We see an Osprey over here. That's fine. Well, with that, it is a little past time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that since we do have another Lance to take out. And we'll see what else they've got. All I see right now is this Osprey. If that's the case, then I'm going to be upset about putting the cut in, but I'm pretty sure they have a full... Oh, here they are. Warhammer 2C and a stealth mech right here. Okay, so they're kind of in our rear arc, and we're going to have to handle that. And we'll do that next time. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I'll see you all, well, as I just said, next time.